So my daughter has a birthday in December, and I've been thinking about what should I be doing for her birthday because she is now going to be 20 years old. And does she need gifts? Does she need a party? Not really. Does she need an experience? What should we be doing for birthdays? And Kelly and I were discussing that.
Yeah.
Birthday parties versus birthday gifts versus birthday experiences.
Yes. I would love the experience, I think, to be able to give that to my kids. But then you got to know your audience because you ask a 10-year-old, what do you want for your birthday? Which hers is in December also.
Disney World.
And, you know,
Cruise.
for instance, I was thinking of maybe losing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And buying some scalper tickets to a Taylor Swift concert in Indianapolis. Again, was thinking of maybe having an aneurysm and doing that. And so I asked
those
her,
things?
that was going to be legit. The whole thing with flights and everything would have cost me probably $15,000 or more.
I can't breathe.
I didn't do it, so we can calm down. I didn't do it, but I said to her,
we need to play a little Taylor Swift. You need to calm down.
Yes, you need to calm down. You're being too loud.
You're being too loud.
So I asked her, I said, listen, I said, if hypothetically, you were to get some Taylor Swift tickets, that would be, you know, before your birthday would be the concert. But that would be your birthday gift.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to forgo like a party and actual physical presents? She goes, well, no. And I'm like, really? I'm like, do you even know like what those would cost? And she was like, no, how much? And I told her, you know, like probably in the neighborhood of like 15 grand after you add the flight and the hotel in. And she was like, that's too expensive. But also, no, I want presents. So, you know, but then you ask my older daughter who's 24 and I'm like, the same question. Would you be willing to forego Christmas gifts and probably birthday gifts for a hot minute? To be able to experience that? She goes, oh, 100%. Like, please take me if you do lose your mind, which I did not. I brought myself, and I tried to get Tommy to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
He was
like,
it
not useful?
He was like, well, if you want to do it, go. And I'm like, no, you're supposed to say absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Let me do that. Let me play the Tommy role. Absolutely not.
Right. He only does that because he wants big things. Yes. And so if he tells me yes to something like that.
I'm buying a boat because you bought Taylor Swift
That's
tickets.
Exactly his logic, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's mine.
I think it depends on the age, but it also depends on, like, if a kid, some of these kids are Taylor Swift crazy, they might choose that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She's
over
just
anything.
You know what she told me? I'd rather see Chapel Roan. I was like, I don't know that her lyrics are age appropriate for you, and her show started at 10 p.m. for a reason.
Yes.
But I also love her, so maybe when you're older.
Yeah. I don't want to go see, they're too old to see, what was it? When our kids were getting Teletubbies.
Oh, the Teletubbies are like what are those guys? Like fruit salad? The Wiggles. Yeah. You remember them? Yummy, yummy. Show my age there.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so and you know, parties. So when you're spending the money, like what is appropriate? So parties, these parties where they're doing like everything.
They're expensive.
So expensive. I was growing up, we went to the skating rink or we were home.
Remember McDonald's? I had a birthday party at a McDonald's when I was a kid. I don't remember what year it was, but I was little. So maybe like 8 or under, but a McDonald's party.
A McDonald's, but and then when Chuck E. Cheese kind of got popular, I feel like Chuck E. Cheese, but even that was not crazy expensive, and all the kids were sort of corralled, or, you know, they would have pizza, and it was still, I think you brought your own cake.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Well, you know, they have options like that here. So we recently had a party for Tristan for his 14th birthday, and we haven't done parties every year. It's like certainly not something that we do as a rule. But we did the Route 7. It included like up to 10 kids, which he would be one of.
What is Route 7?
It's like, so it's like Andretti's, but it's newer. It's up in the Rockledge area.
Oh, okay.
Right off of US 1 there. Okay. And so they have like the go-karts, and they have laser tag and an arcade and, you know, all the fun little things like a zip line and all of that stuff. And the kids get to do basically everything except axe throwing is included with one of the packages.
I don't know if you want to do axe throwing.
Not at that, no, definitely not.
14.
I shouldn't be doing that either because I don't have good aim. So
it would be like the bowling videos where they throw the bowling ball and it hits the TV or whatever. The axe goes backwards.
It was, you know, it included a lot. You had an hour in the party room that included 2 pizzas,
Yeah, that's
You
good.
could add on if you wanted.
Yeah.
3 different beverages, like soft drinks or whatever, that come in a pitcher for the kids. And then you have a party host that kind of keeps the things moving. And that was expensive.
Yeah.
It was hundreds of dollars because, you know, they add in the gratuity. And they're like, you know, if you think the party host did a good job, you can always add extra. And I'm just like, okay, I'll probably be looked at as a bad person if I don't. So I want to say for that party, and we did add 2 extra pizzas, which we ended up bringing home. Can you believe these 14-year-old boys didn't eat more than 2 pizzas?
That's crazy.
I did bring my own dessert, which they let you do.
Yeah.
But you can't bring any other extra food. So if you want any extra food, you have to order it from them. And it was probably a little over $700 in total.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And
because like I wouldn't normally buy him that much of a gift, you know, but I was like, okay, we haven't done parties. I think he's had 2 birthday parties his whole life, and he just turned 14. My poor child.
One of my really, really good friends when I was young and I had my first kid, she's like, we're doing, and she has stuck to that because her kids are the same age as mine now. We do one birthday party every 5 years, like on the big, like at age 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. She did one every 5 years. She was like, it's too much. Otherwise it's just, they do something
so much.
small. I don't know. And a lot of people, you know, look at that and the birthday party, you're spending so much. It's almost like when you get married and you spend all this money and then you can't
like
remember
a minute.
it. Yeah. You all you remember is saying hello to everybody. And
now Everly wants a party every dang year. And I feel like her little friends have parties every year. And
the girls
even
are
if you're
worse than the
hosting them
boys.
at your house, which I don't want to do, just because I have 5 dogs, you know, it's a lot of prep and then clean up after, and then having to host. I'm just not into it. I would much rather, like, for his party, it was great. Worth every penny, I will say, because I showed up, I stayed in the room for the hour, and then while they were doing all the boy things with you know, his dad, my husband, I was like, I'm going to go pay, and then I'm leaving. So we drove separate. Out I went. Yeah.
Well, and at 14, he really doesn't care if mom's there.
Either of us could have been not there, and he wouldn't have cared. And the
would have been
kids were all fantastic. They were very well behaved, so they did great. What else?
Age.
Where a gift isn't necessary. For me, once I turned 18, that was it
for me too. My parents stopped doing gifts when we aged into adulthood.
But you and I know, have not stopped gifting to our adult children.
We haven't stopped doing it, but this year, and my daughter even said it, so she's in college. She needs, for her major, she already has 2 laptops, but she needs this like very high powered desktop, and it has to be a PC. She only has Macs.
Right.
And it has to be a PC for this program with like a special monitor and all this stuff. She's like, that can be my birthday present. I'm like,
oh, so it's a need versus a
it's
want,
a need. She has to have it.
Right.
It's something I had planned to buy her anyway. I've set aside the money to do it. I'm buying her that anyway. And I'm like, oh, this kind of, but then I feel guilty. Like,
I want to get you some fun things too, right?
Yeah. And we're always buying the kids stuff. So it's like, even.
Yes. I mean.
As adults.
Yeah. It just has not ended. And my oldest is 24. Yeah. But she also she can't work right now through PA school.
Yeah.
I keep telling her, hey, May is coming really fast.
Is that when she graduates?
She'll graduate in May. So, like, when are we going to get a job? And when are you taking over your car payments?
And car insurance.
I feel like
car insurance.
She doesn't pay for that. I pay for all of that.
Car payments and car insurance. I just got a car insurance bill yesterday. I'm like, I cannot wait till I don't have to pay these anymore.
Mine's getting renewed in December. I'm scared.
So expensive. Yeah. So, and I want to say for Christmas, which wasn't a birthday, but like my parents started giving me, I love pistachios. They give me like this big bag of pistachios. I was like, this feels like a bag of nuts.
A bag of nuts. I mean, so Jacob is a pistachio lover, and I will get the big bags that they sell at Costco for his stocking.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's a struggle for me to figure out, because he's 20 years old. He's a boy, like what to get him for Christmas.
Right.
And usually if you ask him, do you want anything?
No. They can't make a list.
He won't. Now, Chris, on the other, she's sending me lists. She's like sending me links to things. If you love me, you'll get me. Girls and boys are different.
I need to say this for everybody who's listening, because you told me, I think, that the AirPods, the Pro ones, don't fit in my ears. And so I was at the Apple store And she's like, try the regular ones.
The regular.
Didn't you tell me that, or did somebody else tell me that?
I don't know. Just the regular, not the pro, but the regular ones.
The regular ones, they have noise canceling and regular, which the noise canceling were nice. Those things, I couldn't even feel them in my ear.
Really?
I shook my head. They didn't come out. They don't have the little silicone thing.
Right. So those are the ones I just got Tristan for his birthday because they were cheaper.
They're cheaper. Okay. There's like $129 for the not noise canceling, and I think $179 or $189 for the noise canceling. Yeah. So cheaper. I loved those.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I didn't buy them while I was there because I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
to see if
better
they come
sales
on. But
for
anyway,
sure.
So that's a good gift if you need a gift for your kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, what did we get when we were kids? I would get clothes for sure. I remember you would see the box wrapped, right? And you're like, well, I'm opening that last because that's boring. I already know. Like, oh, I got socks. Oh, I got,
You get maybe one toy and it wasn't I mean, we didn't have the computer-y stuff. Like,
we didn't have any of that stuff.
There was no iPhone.
The big thing that I got was
iPad.
like, I think one year I got a VCR for Christmas, but only because my brother had bought one the year prior. And I was like, I don't want to spend my gift money on that. Yeah. So I'll ask for Santa to bring me that one. And Santa did a VCR.
A VCR.
Things that we thought, like my kid's asking for, VR, what she has, but it's all like computery technical type equipment. So
did you see the new, also when I was at the Apple store, they're like, don't you want to try out our new virtual
VR thing?
Everyone's wearing those things. Everyone was testing those. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to try those. Now they're like, don't go to the gym. Don't go to the gym. You can just wear these virtual reality things and you like do pretend like boxing.
Well, Tristan does that with he has the MetaQuest one. So it's not the Apple version, it's the other one. And I'll see him with the thing on and he's like in the middle of the living room, like, and I'm like, it's the funniest thing to watch. It really is, because you have no idea what they're seeing. You have no idea. And I'm like, so I'll guess. I'm like, are you like sword fighting? What's happening over there?
It's like what was the Pictionary or whatever where you have to guess?
Charades or something. Yeah.
Some of the new ones of those. Okay. That's a lot. Where are we? Grown-ups.
Grown-ups, yeah.
Grown-ups. Give me a trip every time, but I like to travel.
You're right, you do. Kelly, not so much.
You're learning.
I don't know.
Exposure therapy.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But there's places I want to go, things I want to do, but I want to do it on my terms. So I feel like.
What would you like? What would Kelly like?
I don't know. This is the hard thing. And everybody in my family says I'm very difficult to shop for. And my husband is also a terrible gift giver. He is terrible at it. I'm like, he needs lots of training. We've been together for a long time.
Yes.
Almost 20 years at this point, and he still is awful at the gift giving. For my birthday, he got me 2 sets of pajamas from one of my favorite makers of pajamas. I do like them.
Yeah.
Did I need some more? He did hear me making a comment about how I needed to get some new ones.
Okay. Well, that's good. He was listening.
And I'm a terrible gift receiver because I open them up and then one of them's like the style that I don't care for. Yeah. And I was like, oh God, I don't like this kind. You're going to need to send those back. That poor man. He puts up with so much.
This is a no.
And he did. He returned them and we got a different print of the other ones. Yeah. And I love them and they're great. But I do not want pajamas for Christmas if you're listening.
Yeah.
And nor do I want kitchen cookware or a new vacuum or anything related to any kind of housework
for her birthday or anything like that. No.
Which means I'm probably getting nothing because.
Do you like jewelry? Jewelry's always
I do love jewelry, but he's,
Oh, he's terrible at picking it out.
He's not good at it. Yeah. So.
Oh, well. Tommy or
just give me the money.
Just give her the money. She'll go pick out her own thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's it.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.